It's been a while. I think right now is the perfect time. I had to live life a little bit. First pod of the year. First video of the year. This year I will become another age and experience. Another age of life is upon us. 2024 is upon us, man. And some interesting things has occurred in my life. I learned that so far, a month in, after all these years, I realized finally that I need to be aware of my own superpowers. I need to be aware of these things that I'm good at. And these things that I'm good at could affect people in positive, negative, even myself. It could affect me in a positive, maybe even in a negative manner. So, the things that you do by mistake, some other people, they think you're doing it on purpose because you're so naturally good at it. So with me, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm a great charmer. We'll just say that, a great charmer. Now you say, hey, what you mean by a great charmer? I flirt with people very well. 95% of the time I have zero interest in these people. 95% of the time, I just want to see how far I could go. 95% of the time, I might be doing it just to do it. To be honest with you. And I know that may surprise you. If you understand anything about my astrology, which I don't think I want to get into now, but I was born in October. So you could put in do your mathematics there. But 5% of the time when I actually do charm people or I do flirt with people, I'll be very interested in these people. But I made that mistake of flirting with somebody I didn't really care to. I just wanted to see how far I could go. I just wanted to see what's up, what happened. I just wanted to see if I still got it, which I know I still got it. So I don't even know why I tested it, but I was challenged and I'm up for a good challenge. And it really wasn't a challenging thing at all. But you gotta be careful for all the charmers out there. You gotta be careful who you be charming, because not everybody that sees you charming such and such individual is gonna like that, because they feel like that individual is their property. They're gonna feel like that individual is their property. And that's cool. And I understand that. But there's some unsaid rules and unsaid things about being a mature man or a man in general. There's certain things you just can't do. I'm a very good body language reader, which goes into my exceptional skill at being a charmer or being a person that flirts with women. There are certain things that I could read, whether I'm not flirting with you or not, whether you're a man, woman or not. I only like women, by the way. There's certain things that I'm gonna see that you do involuntarily that's gonna show me that you was bothered by the thing that I did to your so-called love interest. Now, this is not me bashing anybody that's in my life. This is just a very important lesson and event that happened. A very interesting event that happened that I had to be accountable for. So, this lady, I will not say her age. I will just say she's younger than me, much younger than me. Of legal age, by the way. Of legal age, by the way. So I had about out of 100% interest, I had about 20% interest, which is not a passable level for me to pursue anything. But this young lady was sitting in front of me, and I decided to say some words, and then a challenge was provided, which I quite couldn't pass up, even though I knew some other individual in that room or that wasn't in that room presently was also interested and probably took her serious. So I was like, flirted with her a little bit. You know, I was like, you know what? I was about a 95% away from getting the number, getting the this, getting the that. And because of my low interest rate that I had for this woman, I decided to not proceed, or I decided to not really apply pressure, the same amount of pressure that I do with a person that I'm extremely interested with. So I was like, you know what? Have a great day, lady. I gave her one of these. I gave her one of these. A pound. I gave her a pound. A week later, I go in the room where I met this person, or I've been meeting this person, or I've been seeing this person, I should say. And the male gentleman was that had the interest in her was very, I could sense the energy in the room as soon as I walked in. It was like, yo, look. There you go right there. There you go. I felt that immediately. As soon as I walked in, I felt that. I was like, oh, somebody snitched. Somebody told. Who the hell told? Because of the age and experience of this young lady, which still of legal age, by the way, above 19 years old, I was like, yo, she definitely said something. This motherfucker just could not shut her mouth about a harmless flirt. But at the same time, I remember when I was doing that, I remember several eyes was on me when I was committing such act of charm. And I was like, you know what? It probably wasn't her. It probably was the other people in the room. Then I got caught up. I'm like, why am I even thinking about this? I don't care. I don't care. But this male individual, and I expressed, and I put emphasis on male, because a man wouldn't show his cards like that. When I have an interest in somebody and I know ain't nothing another person could do to take away the interest that that person has for me compared to what you saying or what you doing when I'm not around, there is zero comparison. I'm never scared. I actually enjoy seeing that. I could be at the gym. I could be working out with a chick that I'm interested in. I could be working out with her, right? Some dudes would get scared and intimidated because other men are in the gym looking at his girl. If you're in shape, first of all, I'm in shape. When I walk into any gym, 90% of the people in the gym, I'm either in the same shape or No, I can't even say that. 90% of the people in the gym, I am way more fitter than when I walk in. So what are we talking about? I talk better. I look better. My aura is better. When they're around me, you understand that there's a feeling that I give this person that you just ain't gonna be able to give them. So ain't no reason for me to be scared of any of y'all in this gym or intimidated. Cause I live by one rule with any woman that I deal with. One rule amongst many others, but this one rule. If you can take her from me, she was never mine. If you can take her from me, she was never mine. Most guys don't live by that rule until later on in life when they understand the field that they're playing in. This is a different type of field. Maybe I was wrong in attempting or flirting with said chick. Maybe I was wrong for that. I probably was. Because me and this individual was a lot more copacetic and cool before that event. But if I know that there's a person that acknowledges the beauty of the interest that I have, I be hype off that. I be like, yo, nah, you damn right you want that too. You got the same eyes I got. You see what's going on. You see what's going on. When I walked into the redacted room in which we all politic in, when I first walk in, this man ain't even look up. This man ain't even acknowledge my presence while everybody else did. You, young lad, have showed me your hand too early. There was a couple of times where I attempted to give him dap. Your body language told me everything I needed to see. Since I am such a professional body language reader, I know whatever friendship, relationship that could have prospered, whatever brotherhood could have prospered, and I'll say again, probably was my fault. It'll probably never be, because I know how I am. And every little subtle detail in any situation, such as how your body language was, I can't fake kick it, dog. It's impossible for me to fake kick it. Like, humanly impossible for me to fake kick it. So to the audience out there, I need you to understand your own powers that you have naturally can offend somebody around you. And you got to be careful how you use them. My natural ability with women, I know how to talk to them. I know how to speak their language. Not speak it, but I know how to talk to them. I know how to serenade a woman. 90% of the time, I don't care. Like 90% of the time, I don't even be interested. And when I am interested, there's a whole nother level of flirt that pops out. There's a whole nother level of flirt that only a couple women have seen. They like, damn, I do, yeah. So you must understand that everybody doesn't look at a woman. I don't even like doing the relationship talk, but since we here, if somebody else has an interest in a woman, you must acknowledge the maturity level of that person, the person or man that is also interested in that woman, which I can't even say I was also interested. I did not care. I was doing a harmless flirt. It wasn't harmless to him, though. It wasn't harmless to her, though. It wasn't harmless to them people that saw that. and probably overheard what we was talking about. Understand your natural abilities. Now, I highly doubt that me and said person will have the same relationship that we had before prior to that, because this gentleman is a very young man. He doesn't understand what's going on yet. He has a lot to learn. There is a lot that he must learn. There was a couple little things that Shorty was doing that to play with his head that caused him to do that weird shit. And I wasn't even tight because I'm like, you got like 11 years. I got 11 years on you, sir. There's so much you don't know yet. There's so much you do not know yet. There's so much mind games. There's so much psychology you do not know yet. And she's playing with you. Worse. And I remember when I was in your shoes, you not understanding what's going on. She's playing with you because she already knows. She got you wrapped around her finger. One day you'll learn, but it's not for me to teach you. There's guys like me. They like something, they're gonna get it. I wasn't even trying hard. There's guys like me, not too many of them, that are silent assassins. I must tell you that these silent assassins, I don't care what social media has told you. I don't care what social media has pushed on you. There are silent assassins that are not these so-called rich people that these Insta daddies and these relationship podcasts talk about. There's some people that are so good with the gift of gab, that are so good with wheeling they aura around in the room, that are so good at charming whoever you're interested in. You won't even know what happened. There's people like me that exist everywhere like that. They're not the guy that these chicks talk about on these relationship podcasts, talking about he gotta get me a bag, he gotta do this, he gotta do that. Guys like me, and this is me humbly speaking, there are some women that I've had that have relationships or husbands or even boyfriends. Some they told me about, some they didn't tell me about, that has had way more money and maybe even influence that I have by a 10x, 100x, 1000x long shot. But because of my natural intangible skill set, I was able to acquire those people, those women. There are guys like me out there that aren't merciful. I'm a very merciful guy. There are guys out here that are far from that. So you, young lad, you may never know if I'm talking about you. You might never watch this. You gotta be careful of who you put your trust in and who you put all your cards in, all your cards with, especially at your age. You have no idea what's out here. You have no idea what that person has dealt with that you have so much interested in. Not trying to put a negative energy on your situation. I hope y'all prosper. I hope y'all get married. I hope everything goes well for y'all. You gotta understand, you gotta learn a lot more about psychology There's guys like me that read books on psychology. There's guys like me that are just very good at what they do, bro. Just to humbly speaking. And this is not me bragging or nothing, because I'm not even a guy that be out there in the street like that. Because I hold back 95% of the time. I'm holding back because, to be honest, a lot of women be distractions. And this is not gender war topic. This is none of that shit. A lot of the women that I had some type of interest in, sexual interest, most of them I gotta take into account that they're gonna be a distraction of some sort. To be real, like to be super duper real, I just have that. I just know. So what I do, I take my calculations in when I'm talking to these people. I take my calculations in, and I have a conversation. Usually a 20-minute conversation, and I get to where their head is at, where their mind is at. And once I determine that this person is a distraction, I don't care how they look, is either one or two things is gonna happen, or maybe three. I'm gonna pursue them, maybe take them serious. I'm just gonna be flirting with them all the time, and that's it. Or eventually I'm gonna, have sex with them or something like that. And it'll be nothing serious. Ever. Or just leave them alone altogether. We don't have to talk. There's nothing I can get from you. I don't want nothing from you. Don't need nothing from you. Get out my way. Your brain can only get to that when you've had your fair share amount, when you've had your experience, when you walking through the journey that you need to be walking through in life, with relationship, with women, with all that, with being heartbroken, with being everything, bro. You're gonna learn. And there are guys like me. There might be another guy like me, which I doubt, but has certain skill sets that I have. And he's not gonna care. He's not gonna be merciful. So for my audience out there, whatever your natural skill sets are, especially if it's in the art of flirting with women, serenading women, you gotta be careful. Whatever your skill sets are, you must take into account and actually write down, yo, these are things that I'm naturally good at. What do I have that's naturally good at that I can't really show all the time? I can't really use this all the time. This could get me in trouble. This could get me out of trouble. This could get me in high places. This could get me in low places. You must take into account and put in those attributes that you naturally got. Those are your superpowers. Those are your innate abilities, intangible abilities that not many people or nobody got. Know yourself and know who you dealing with. Adolf out.